So there are like these levels to programming. At the first level, it's like a struggle to get anything to work. And then eventually you get past that and everything's great. And then at the next level, you might struggle to get performance solutions. And then eventually you can, and that's great. But the problem is that you can't stop here. And a lot of people like to stop at this point and are satisfied because it's not obvious what they should do next. But I think when you get to that point, you should strive then to the next level, which is to get the clearest solution that is like possible, theoretically possible. Like strive for that. You won't always get it, but it's worth striving for that. And I think that's like the final level. And that's like the frontier for me as a teacher. Like we're always trying to push students. Like that's as far as we could push them. And at the same time, like, so it sounds like there are these distinct levels, but at the same time, they're all kind of related because it becomes so much easier to write a solution that's correct when it's well designed. It's so much easier to write a performance solution when you have a really crisp understanding of what's happening. And I can remember back when I was starting out with coding, sometimes I would write solutions that were wrong in subtle ways or slow. And I think thinking harder about design and improving how I conceptualized my own code to myself was an important step of getting better overall. And it helped me with solving problems, getting the performance solutions, and obviously helped with the design itself. So it's all kind of related. You can't really separate these things out into levels. It's more about maybe 3 dimensions that you have to manage and pay attention to. And then there's this idea of everyone wants to do harder and harder things, but it's really important to do really well in the basics, on the simple things. Like you can't implement, if you can't implement a really simple problem cleanly, it's going to break down because harder problems are often just a collection of easy or simple problems, and then you have to minimize the complexity of the connections between them. And so it's interesting, like a lot of people that are new to our program find it really challenging to get strong design grades on our first few assessments, even though they're technically very easy. And it's important that if you struggle there to address it as quickly as possible, because those early problems are obviously going to be building blocks for future problems. And so it's really important for those to be as simple as possible and relatively automatic so that you can create space and the clarity to eventually think about the harder things.